Hi, my name is Claudette Ravenstein, a tech lover who likes to create short videos to help others navigate the digital world in a more time efficient way. Today, I will share some easy to implement tips and tricks in Gmail, Chrome, and Google Drive. Starting with Gmail, I have three tips to share. First, how often do you send an email and in that split second you realize you forgot to add something? Now you have up to 30 seconds, which I know doesn't sound long, but is plenty of time, to remedy that situation. Just go to settings by clicking on the gear, select see all settings, and then when you scroll down, it's about the fourth one, it's the undo send, and this is where you can set the time. You can set it anywhere from 5 seconds to 30 seconds. I like to do 30 seconds because, then I have plenty of time to change my mind if need be. Just make sure you scroll all the way down and hit save changes. Otherwise, it will not do that setting. And next time when you send an email, you will see that a message will pop up. I'm just going to send an email to myself so you can kind of see it on the screen. And I'll just do a test and I'll put a test. Okay. And then when I send it here on the bottom here, you see bottom left, you have an undo button that I can click on. So if I click on undo, then my message pops back up. I can fix it again and then click send again. The second tip that I wanted to share with you guys is how easy it is to schedule an email in Gmail. I know, sounds funny, right? I'm rhyming here. Anyways, it is really handy if you have to send certain emails out at a certain date as either as a reminder or follow up. Or for me, also, it's handy when I'm still working late at night and I don't want to wake up people when they sleep with a phone right next to them by receiving a little ding when I send an email so late. So here I can go ahead for scheduling. So what you'll have to do is click on the expand arrow right next to the word send. So don't click on send, but right next to it. And then up pops the option saying schedule send. And once I select that, I can then go ahead. There's some preset settings, but again, if you want to do custom, you can pick your date and time, you can select your date, and then you can also type in the time that you want your email to be sent, and then it will schedule it. Again, no worries. If you change your mind later on, you can just come here on the left hand side and you'll see a folder now created that says scheduled. If you click in there, there's your message that you have set up to be sent out. And you can go ahead and either cancel the send or you can go ahead and still make changes. And then the third option that I really like a lot is called the snooze option. It's right here on the top where all the different email options are, and it's the little clock and it's snooze. And what I like about snooze is if you've received an email, whether it is for, say, maybe a conference and you want to say, like, okay, I'll look at it later on, instead of just leaving it in your inbox so that your inbox gets fuller and fuller with unread messages, I like to snooze things. So in this case, for this example, I'll go ahead and click select the message and then click here on snooze. And then I can choose when I want this to come back in my inbox. Um, this is really handy. I like to use it a lot. That way, my inbox again isn't getting so full. So I love that. So, anyways, you can select that and then it will go ahead and snooze it. And just like schedule, there is also a snoozed folder now created here on the left hand side, and I can go ahead and see all my messages that are snoozed. So those are the three tips I had in Gmail. Now moving on to Chrome. In Chrome, especially I'm in education, so I tend to have many, many tabs open. Of course, not right now for my demo because I wanted to, make it look kind of neat and not so crowded. So, anyways, but again, sometimes finding that right tab, takes away a lot of precious time. So one of them, of course, is to create bookmarks, and we all been there, done there, and we've created bookmarks. But even there, just wanted to make sure that you guys know that even if you can create bookmarks for just files that you or websites or whatever you visit a lot, you can actually go ahead and create folders as well. So here on my bookmarks bar, you'll see there's a folder called Federal Programs. And the nice thing is that whenever I again want to bookmark a link, I can then now go ahead when I click on the star, I click add bookmark, I can now then choose whether I just wanted to go to the bookmarks bar or whether I wanted to go in this case to my folder called Federal Programs. So that's a great way, right, for often to use. And so therefore I don't have to have so many tabs open. However, eventually this bookmark space starts, getting really full if you have a lot of different folders and documents that you use a lot. So to create a little bit more what we call realty space, I guess, on the bookmarks bar is by using shorter names for your folders. And so, what I mean for this is, for instance, say federal programs, it's pretty long. Yeah, I could, of course, change it to Fed Prog to make it long, but that's still like about 8, 10 characters long. So, another way I can make this shorter is if I go ahead and just rename it with an emoji. And to bring up the emoji keyboard, it's real easy on a Windows machine. You'll just hit the Windows button and the period, and then the emoji keyboard will pop up as you see right now. Oops, my bad. I can then go ahead and start typing for something I am looking for. I like scroll because federal programs reminds me of laws and regulations we kind of have to obey and follow. So that's my little icon that I like to use for federal programs. And then once I'm done, I just can click save. And now you see it takes up a lot less space on my bookmarks bar. If you have a Mac machine, the shortcut for that is Control Command Space to get the emoji keyboard to pop up. And of course, if you have plenty and lots of open tabs, another way to kind of organize them is to group them. And you can groups of several tabs together. And so I'm just going to create another tab here just to kind of show how this works. So for instance, say I want to create a group for a tab here. If this is my first time, when I right click, it will set add tab to a new group. Okay, so I'll just click on that and then I can name my group and whatever project, or you have several tabs open relating to a project. So for instance, say we say project one. You can even go ahead and give these tab a different color if you like to color code things for those people. And then that's the new group you've created. So say I have another tab that I've opened up and I want to make sure that that one also goes in the same project. I'll right click again on that tab. Now it says add tab to group. I can either create a new group, but I also see the group I just created called project one, and I click that, and you see that my tab automatically moves right next to it. And again, it has the red color. So that's a really nice way. And again, just for projects, if you have your project names are really long, again, consider using the emoji keyboard to make it a little bit shorter. So, and then another thing is if you have plenty of tabs open, you know that sometimes when you're looking for some and you're hopping around, you by accidentally close the tab, which is pretty annoying. So for those tabs that you have open that you really want to have open all the time, you don't want to by accidentally close them. One of them that I like to use, for instance, is my calendar. So say I have my calendar open here. There it is, right? And I want to make sure that my calendar is always open and I don't close it by accident. I'll just go ahead and I can go ahead and pin it. So the way to pin it is, again, you right click on the tab and then you select pin. When you pin a tab, it automatically moves it all the way to the left. And so now you see when I hover over this tab, there is no little X where I can accidentally close my tab. I really like that because it is so annoying. But of course, we all know there's a shortcut in case you close a tab by accident to hit Control Shift T, and it will reopen the last tab that you have closed. So, and now the last tips I want to share in the Google ecosystems are the ones in Google Drive. So, like just like in tabs, we have many documents we like to organize so we can easily find them. So, again, one way is to use the emoji keyboard in your folder names, because what happens is that it also makes your folder stand out, but it will also move your folders to the top of all the folders. So again, if I wanted to go ahead and create a folder for federal programs, I use my scroll again, and I'll just have to put that. I can still put federal programs if I want to, but you'll now see that when I create this, it will actually go to the top, which in this case to the left of all the folders that I have in my Google Drive. So again, it makes it stand out real easily. And then of course another way that many of you probably know, again, those of you who love to color code, you can go ahead and change the color by right clicking on the folder and then selecting the color to go with it. So I'm just gonna pick red because it's festive, it stands out. So again, those are easy ways. And then one of the cool features that they have now in Google Drive, I don't know if you are also getting documents that are Microsoft documents, and whenever you upload them to Google Drive, whenever you want to edit them, it would always ask if you wanted to open it up with Google Docs or Google Spreadsheets and things like that. And whenever you did, it would create a copy of that file and then let you work on it. Now, there is an option that hasn't been too long ago has been made available, where you can actually edit the same document. So all you need to do is make sure you go into settings in Google Drive, clicking on the gear and then selecting settings. And once you're in there, you scroll down to this part where it says convert uploads and make sure you've checked it. Okay. And now what it does now is that whenever you upload any Microsoft document, it will no longer create a copy, but you can be editing that same document at the same time with your favorite Google applications. And then the last option I kind of want to showcase is something that is actually only available in business and education accounts. But I love it because I feel it's a little bit of an underutilized feature that many people don't know about. And so if I go into my Google Drive, on the top here, you'll see priority. Okay, and when you click on priority, it will usually list the last documents you've been using. It's kind of similar to Reason, but the feature I wanted to show you that I really wanted to point out is actually workspaces that you see right here. You can create up to 8 workspaces, and since I've been utilizing all of them, I cannot create any more. But it also tells you that you can hide workspaces to make room for more. You can archive them. And what a workspace really is a list of related documents that you can create. And it's just links to those documents. So even if you delete a workspace, it's not deleting the actual documents. And that's really handy if you have like different projects you're working on and you just want to find these files real fast within Google Drive. Each workspace can have up to 25 documents, and it's so easy to add a document to it. You'll just click on your workspace and you'll click on add files. And especially if you've recently been working on it, it always brings up the recent tab, and then you can go ahead and select your files. And then when you're ready, you can go ahead and insert them. As soon as I've selected one, it has here insert, and I can insert, and then it will be added to my list. And that is really, I love workspaces, as you can tell, because I have 8, I have them all utilized. But that is a quick way for me to find related documents together. And I don't have to, yes, I could go either here in my bookmarks bar, but this is really more, I think workspaces is really more handy for when you are temporarily working on different projects. So, anyways, I hope you have enjoyed learning about these quick and easy tips in Gmail for allowing to undo sent emails, scheduling and snoozing emails, and in Chrome, how to create extra space on your bookmarks bar by using the emoji keyboard for your titles, and grouping and pinning tabs to kind of corral all those many tabs we have open, as you can see here on my screen. And then in Google Drive, using colors and emojis to make important folders stand out, and then editing your Microsoft documents right away there in Google Drive without creating a copy. And then, of course, for those of you who have business and education accounts, also utilizing workspaces. It was a pleasure sharing these quick and easy tips with you. If you have any more questions, you can always message me on Twitter at my handle at cvanrafe, and I will get back to you. All right? Have a wonderful day of learning.